Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. The goal of this channel is to show and to share what exactly is the Chinese culture and also how things can be verified with science. This is to provide an informations for the educations of everybody. This channel is not for making money, making business, but it is an educational channel. So, yesterday I shared the video on the truth of Wing Chun history and long Xiu Lim Tao sets. And so after that, I have received a lot of messages from our Wing Chuners friends. Many questions asked. Also, many attack. For example, here he said that the truth about Santo fake Sifu. Well, that is the first thing I want to reply to everybody. This is my reply. So this person say the truth about Santo fake Sifu. Well, you know what? Sorry, I am not a Sifu. Never in any way, in any place, including my book, I call myself Sifu. I study Wing Chun history into detail. I study Chinese history into details. I never call myself Sifu, and I don't want to be a Sifu. Okay? So sorry, I'm not a Sifu. Evidence speak for itself. You can check all my book everywhere. Did I ever call myself Sifu? For past more than a decade in this YouTube. So whatever you want to say, call people fake, attack, back up your accusation with your evidence, please. Because this channel is serious, it's education channel, it's based on evidence, not based on personal attack and those kind of stuff. If this channel is not belongs to you, stop watching my channel. I don't need to make my channel have 1 million viewers, okay? And I'm not here to boast about I'm the grandmaster, I am this, my lineage, or anything like that. This channel is to tell the truth to the Western world people what is exactly happened in Chinese history. You got it? So let's look at it. Even in Asia, this is my blog. This is the viewer, and this is from the country. Everything I present, I don't present me as a Sifu. I study it, I report it. It is a report. Over here, this is to direct to Xi Xiaodong's criticisms of Wing Chun in Chinese. So you see there's 172 people is reading it, watching it. And here you say that here on the 1850s Wing Chun split, part away with the 1870s Wing Chun. Here it said that, sorry, you don't understand Chinese martial art. Here it said that in Chinese, the 1850s Wing Chun have 2 levels of training. Here it said that today's Wing Chun theory, tools, and training and history cannot hold water in the reality. When I want to say something, I say internationally the same. Anybody can debunk me. Show me your evidence. Over in this channel, there's no such thing as who's the grandmaster. Over in this channel, we want to be fair to everybody, not cheat anybody, because this is America. To present the proper information matter for everybody. It is for everybody's benefit. Okay? Now, so get that straight. I'm not a sifu. I study Wing Chun, I study Chinese culture, and I present whatever I found there. If you don't like it, show me your evidence. Okay? There's no need to get into personal. It's like university. I say it again and again. Now, yesterday, beside this, a friend asked me, so what is technical content? Because I said, whenever you study something, you need to know what is the technical content. It's not Wing Chun is Wing Chun, Wing Chun is Wing Chun. This guy do this, the same with that guy. Okay, all this very superficial stuff without knowing what it is. So what is technical content? Today, I'm going to share with you what is the technical content using real example so that you guys know what exactly it is. Now, just for in general, technical content in Chinese martial art, you need to know that the real traditional Chinese martial art is a momentum game of like that. You need to know that the Chinese martial arts have this different type of art, have this 4 type of arts. Thus, you need to know. Okay, you talk about Wing Chun. So Wing Chun belong to which group of the technical operation here? You talk about the handling of the body. Like yesterday in the YouTube, I present, or for 2-3 days ago, I present the intra-abdominal pressure, breathing, and chi. You need to know the 6 core elements, the chi, how that thing flow, the velocity, the mass, the action force, the reaction force. All the 6 core elements, the mind, the body, the mind, the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the chi flow, the force, or the strength, action, reaction force, and the momentum. This is momentum. You need to know all this in order to say, well, I know, I learned something. Without that, you're talking about Wing Chun is Wing Chun, okay, and this and that, or red boat. Those are all generalization, which is you learn nothing. So this is even an example of the 6 core element. And this is this is what I said. Basically, I haven't rolled or trained BJJ for 6 months for a number of reasons, including injury. This year has been a slow progress forward in understanding my body better, and the 6-13-3 6 core element understanding is massive helping that. Basically, I rolled yesterday consciously and subconsciously. I approach it with no thought of technique, but of listening to my body and what giving force against my body. I roll 30 minutes non-stop against blue and purple belt and tap and felt comfortable against everyone. The winning isn't important at all, but the difference was ridiculous. I could feel what was affecting me, where on my body adjust to control and submissive just appear some I have never even done before or drilled. My body readily felt it was wanting to go the correct place without my mind, wanting to go to the correct place without my mind getting in the way. I could delink and sequence my body with ears and didn't blow or gas, which after 6 months off against top bell for 30 minutes is ridiculous. Genuinely feel like 6 core elements apply to different art. I know this, but I now can really see the individual element, how they apply mind, body, breathing, chi, then the force of BJJ through force flow and momentum handling while grappling. That is the sixth core element. This is technical content, so it is not applied only for your base, for your Wing Chun or whatever, which lineage. Once you know it, you can be in any art and you can use it, you can screen it, okay? So that is the technical content. And of course, the technical content of 1850 is you need to know the salutation of 1850, the anti-Qing salutation. Wing Chun at that time, 1850s, belonged to the group of the opera player who played the female role. That's what is the content of the salutations, the signature of that era of anti-Qing, which you can check it with the Hong Seng, Charlie Fan, and every other people. They have those kind of stuff. Signature. This is the writing of the Xiu Lim Tao, the long sets, which is passing down via Chou family, because the ancestor of the Chou family is an anti-Qing, and the teacher of the Chou family, this first ancestor, is Yik Gam. Yik Gam is the anti-Qing playing female role person who is in that anti-Qing uprising. So you got others. This is the thing. 1965, when the Chinese have the Cultural Revolution, this was destroyed. Luckily, my Sigong and Sifu actually bring it to Malaysia, and this thing get to my hand in 1970s. Okay, so you need to know all this thing. And you need to know all this content, the technical detail is that, okay, it is based on Shaolin. Like yesterday, I told everybody, I share with everybody, you need to know how to handle your body, your intra-abdominal pressure, your core stability and everything. That's the number one when you practice Wing Chun in 1850. That's what this is. Watch my yesterday's video and the video past few days ago, okay? So you need to know this. This is from Shaolin. So where's Shaolin from? Or Shaolin from General Chi Chi Guang? By evidence. It's not what Hendrik say, Hendrik Sifu say. Who cares? By evidence. Okay? And you need to have a uniqueness of Wing Chun. So uniqueness of Wing Chun is you have forehand. It is a close quarter fighting, but close quarter is not standing 1 feet away or 2 feet away. It is this sticking. And it has four arms. The leg arm for managing the opponent's leg, the body arm to lean at him, to pressurize him, and the two arm. That is the uniqueness of Wing Chun. And you know that this is all in this thing, if you know how to decode it. And of course, you need to study Chinese in depth in order to do that and understand the Chinese martial arts. Now, within that writing, there is EMei Zhuang. So what is the purpose of this EMei Zhuang? Well, this next slide and the Qi cultivation further refine the body, mind, energy, and the forearm handling. They put this EMei technology in because they want their body to more sensitive, better handling in this close range. That's what it is for. Okay. So there's wide crane there too. Okay, so as this the erect palm bend elbow, single zhao yang is from wide crane. Well, the Shaolin sword strike, the Shaolin sword strike. Okay, the Shaolin sword strike do not have this technique. to enter in the side door. It doesn't have that techniques. So 1850s Wing Chun, whoever created, incorporate this in. So the reason why it is different, Shaolin Wing Chun 1850 is different than Shaolin Short Strike is because you have the EMei involved, meaning that you refine the engine and the turbo, and you have the wide cranes technique added on. That's why it's called the Wing Chun 1850. Okay. So it is based very heavily on your body handling, your core stability. So that is the technical content we need to know. Without knowing this, I mean, what the heck are we doing? Practically, we don't know anything. If you're keeping Wing Chun is Wing Chun, Wing Chun is Wing Chun, and then this red boat, that red boat, and blah, 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 this name, that name. The Chinese for past 100 years, no. Like I present on the 2 videos ago. 100 years ago, in 1930, the Chinese who went to overseas and back to China have already know that, like the Tai Chi technical content, but many Chinese choose to ignore that part because they want the relationship part that is for money and fame. That's why today it is a mess in Tai Chi. That's why Xi Xiaodong call it fake. Because 100 years ago, you ignore the technical content. If Wing Chun, you ignore this technical content, you turn into like Tai Chi. Fake. Because it's only, oh, my teacher is this, that teacher is teaching this and everything. You have nothing, no content inside there. And people look at you and laugh. That's why Xi Xiaodong laugh and nobody be able to answer anything. Why? Because nobody know what the heck's going on. Okay? Now, let's talk about something called red boat, which is our friend asking me, red boat. Please watch this video, Anti-Qing Wing Chun 1850 and Pro-Qing Wing Chun 1875. History by evidence. Red boat is like today's, our, you know, if we have an opera today in America, you know, where they travel to different places to perform, that bus where the opera people, member, the actor and actress travel with, that bus is equivalent to the red boat at the ancient time of China. So at that time, of course, there's no bus, there's no highway in China, so they travel with a river. Now, so they're using this boat to travel in the river, okay, to transport their opera member from one location to another locations. That boat is painted in red. That's why it's called red boat. So people see, oh, red boat is coming, you know, to our village to perform and so forth. So it's like today you see in the highway, you can see the bus, you know, there's big, huge buses which carry the opera actors or actor. Now, not all red boat is the same. That is the anti-Qing red boat. That is the Qing government's red boat. Okay? So, prior to 1850s red boat uprising, that is anti-Qing red boat. They brought their actor, actress, actor everywhere. And actually, the anti-Qing people is hidden in that red boat, the opera company. That's anti-Qing red boat. Now, when it comes to 1854, the uprising start with the Hong Seng Chai Lei Fat everybody. The Red Boat opera was banned for the next more than decades. No more. And then after around 1870, there start another Red Boat. Until today, people talk about those 8 harmony associations, all those kind of things. The Red Boat is belong to the Qing government support opera. Now, so we need to know that when you talk about Wang Wapo, Liang Yitai, Tai Fa Ming Gam, for sure, Tai Fa Ming Gam is not belong to the Red Boat of the 1850. Tai Fa Ming Gam is belong to the Red Boat of the 1870, because Tai Fa Ming Gam have already become the supporter of the Qing government. What I'm talking about this 1850 with all those things is the anti-Qing. This is the anti-Qing, so not all Red Boat the same. So if you talk about Red Boat after 1870, those need to be really specific. Again, it is technical content. Now, I'm not putting down anybody. It's just history. You cannot say, oh, you know, everything is the same. You need to know what the heck is going on. So I hope that this is clear for all our friends in America, in Europe, okay? If people talk about Red Boat, you ask them, what year is that Red Boat? If people talk about, oh, this ancestor is from Red Boat, okay, which Red Boat is that? Is the anti-Qing Red Boat or is the Qing that Red Boat? So as I show it here, the 3 sets, Wing Chun 3 sets, today you can see, be it from the Liangzhan lineage, Feng Xiuqing lineage, or the Tai Fa Ming Gam lineage, that is the creations after the 1870. That is not the 1850. Okay, so that's what it is. It doesn't have the content of the 1870. That's why I asked everybody, why is nobody have the intra-abdominal pressure handling, the core stability training, the breathing training on all the Wing Chun, disregard of you have the 3 sets or you don't have the 3 sets from Liangzhan, from everybody. Now, I'm not putting down anything. I just question this. It's like if we go to the Parliament of United States of America, you ask questions. Okay? Because the people need to know, isn't it of the people, for the people, by the people? Okay? That's how it is. Now, after 1870, you have a lot of stuff there, a lot of gray area there. That involve Feng Xiuqing, Liangzhan, okay? And the Wang Chun, like Wing Chun, Wang Chun stuff, you have plenty of that. And you have the articles and talking about the Wang Chun, Tai Fa Ming Gam, Liangzhan, and all those. And by the way, this over here, which shown over here, is this classic, the Snake Crane Classic of 1880s, which is belong to the Tai Fa Ming Gam, the Qing side, the Qing government Red Boat. Okay. So all this, and so you have this Wing Chun, Wang Chun, and then here you have that Liangzhan saying that he was is a Wang Chun, Eternal Spring. Okay, so you have all this spring Easterner string and all those kinds of, everything is there. And this is from Wing Chun. They have the writing. And you know that, as I shared yesterday, that in my video, this one, please watch it. You know what is taken from the Wing Chun people, Shaolin Wing Chun people, who is from this temple, the Fei Loi Qi. Okay, so it is a really, really messy, really messy thing. But the Wing Chun people from the Fei Loi Qi, they have the writing, they have the document, and the Wing Chun 1880 have this document, and we know the 3 sets. We know even in this, in writing, there is no intra-abdominal pressure, no chi, no all those breathing stuff. And it is not the same with the short strike of 1850. That's what it is. Okay. So go research, and please watch this. There's 2 parts of this. Secret True Wing Chun History, Your Grandmaster Hide From You, Part 2. This talk about Gulo here and all other style here. You know, it's Kulo here. And this is from Yin Kei-san lineage. From Yin Kei-san lineage. And Yin Kei-san lineage is using this snake crane writing from the Dai Fa Ming Gam. They related to Feng Xiuqing. Feng Xiuqing. So 1850, 1870, as I share with you, it has to be 2 parts. They are not the same. Wing Chun 1850 and Wing Chun 1870 are not the same. It's not only I am sharing this in America, I make it in Chinese with all the evidence. Here. Okay, so last month, this is 34 people up to now, these few days. And I already shared for a few months ago. I have this because I keep track of who watching it, who reading it. Okay. I'm tracking everything. So it's a study, like in the college, in the university. It is not a business organization trying to make on any money from you, but it is for provide proper information. It's good for everybody. And hey, you know, we cannot lie and distort the Chinese. And so it's tested up in different way. Like here we mentioned BJJ. Okay, so is it legit or not? Is it momentum or not? You know. Now, so for all this 1870 until today's mass, it is not my part of work, because I'm not belongs to that part. My inheritance, my study is 1850s. That's why I have all this technical stuff. Over here, we know history is like that, but the rest, no comment, because over here, after 1870, you see people copying each other. You see the Shaolin Wing Chun people complain that you guys taking our stuff. Okay, so straighten it out if you want on all those things. Okay, and it's not my business to straighten that up, not my job. Okay, I straighten up. My job is to straighten up with the Chinese culture and the anti-Qing, the 1850s. The rest, between who is who and others, that's not my job to do. Okay, if you want to do it, you straighten it up. Now, so one thing I want to get into is the EMei connection. The EMei connection. The EMei connection. So the EMei, the purpose of EMei in Wing Chun 1850 is to refine the engine, and of course adding different way of handling strength. Okay, I found it out is when my teacher give me that document of 18 of this, among with other things. I found out the similarity. So I have been tracking, reading and studying the book and go asking different people on all this thing. And so about 20 years ago, okay, the one of the master of this style, this EMei Zhuang, come to America. So I sent Russell. This picture was took this picture was took 1985 in Iowa State University. The what do you call it? The gym there. So this is Russell. So he went to see Grandmaster or Master Fu Weizhong of the EMei Zhuang. Why am I not going to see the Fu Weizhong directly? Because I'm an engineer. I practice what we call non-destructive evaluations. So I send different people to see Grandmaster Fu Weizhong, who is one of the representative of EMei Zhuang in today's world. So Russell come back learning the sets from the EMei, and at that time we know the similarity. Later on, I sent another person, and that is boiled down to this in the video. In this video, the EMei connection video, Grandmaster Fu Weizhong, after reading this, Grandmaster Fu Weizhong, after reading this, in his video recording, okay, in his video recording, to be exactly 3 minutes and 02 seconds, he said that there's 11 signature there of EMei in the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao writing. And at the end of this video, Grandmaster Fu Weizhong himself saying that really like a related, I think it related, of the 1850s Xiu Lim Tao, that writing to EMei Zhuang. Well, so this confirmed again with Russell, who come back after visit Grandmaster Hu Yizhong in San Francisco, and also Grandmaster Hu Yizhong said it with his own words. And to be straight with you, when I do research, I have multiple data. Why? Because only using multiple data that one be able to identify a solid statistical truth. The second thing, somebody might be later on change his mind. So I will not rely on any single person. It's like in the lab in Silicon Valley, we never rely on one single data. And this is Grandmaster Hu Yizhong's conclusion by himself. In video, put in video, okay? So the connection is like that. We know what it is. And so that connection is pretty solid. Now, however, it just a few days ago, somebody sent me this. Because somebody said this about this Grandmaster Fu Weizhong's comment. He said that had him highlight the lines where supposed from his thing. Okay? Meaning that Grandmaster Fu Yizhong highlight or whatever the 11 signature. And then this person start to say this. Okay? But of the poetry lines, it was only the first two that were exact. Meaning that the first two of this is exactly the same with the EMei 12庄. That's what he means. And then the rest is a couple of words that were in between each of these lines. So he said, oh yeah, only 2 lines is exact and the rest is just words, okay? And then this person again saying that true, the one that was exact was 2 hand rising, okay? So he says, but 2 hand rising. Now, if you see most style do this kinds of 2 hand rising a lot, you know that isn't mean it is PT, it is. I mean, it's PT, it is pretty common. So this person changed his mind. Okay? He said, oh no, this is not sure. Let me share with you today, he was wrong. The first thing, okay? Let's go one by one, like we go to the pattern court in Silicon Valley. The first thing is, are you knowing more than Grandmaster Hu Weizhong? When he said 11 over here and he said related, you say that, oh, there's only 2 lines, which is exactly, but even the line which is exactly, then it is pretty common for everybody raise their hand. Well, the first thing is, who is the expert? Why do we need a Grandmaster Fu Weizhong? Because we want to get the expert, the guy who really know what he's doing, he's talking about, to judge it. You ask the professional, right? Now, so that's number one. When people have their own opinion bigger than the expert, that's what happened. The second thing is, you said that of the poetry line, there's only the first 2 that were exact. This is wrong. Wrong. Yes, wrong. That is no exact, even the first 2. They say, call back your spirit in the equal shoulder stand. The first line of the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao. Call back your spirit in the, or call back your awareness in the equal shoulder stance. In the EMei 12 Zhuang, it doesn't say that. The EMei say that balance your breathing in standing in the equal shoulder stance. So there are no such thing as exact. Why is we know that there is the signature of EMei, like in the Fu Wei Zhong, Grandmaster Fu Wei Zhong, is because this Ping Jian Dang, equal shoulder stance, which exists in both the Wing Chun 1850s writing, equal shoulder stance, equal shoulder stance. Guess what is this equal shoulder stance? By the way, this book is the Qigong, the writing from the Qigong of Grandmaster Fu Weizhong. One generation away. This is a writing from Grandmaster Zhou Qianchuan, who got persecuted and died in the prison prior to the Cultural Revolution. People framed him, and he died in the prison. Okay, so he wrote this. What you see here, many things here is almost gone, because at that time things were destroyed. Okay, but for heaven's sake reason that I got it. Okay, this equal shoulder stance, it tells you exactly how you handle your chi meridian in the yang side. Yang side. Don't you heard about something called Yi Ma, ladder to clamping yang stand? Does explain what is clamping yang means. With that clamping yang, you handle your breathing. But that 1850s Wing Chun, whoever who trained in the EMei 12 Zhuang, when they create this, is saying that collect your awareness or collect your spirit standing in the equal shoulder stance. Well, actually, if you look into the 6 core elements, if you want to collect your awareness, when you collect your awareness, by default, your breathing settle. So in one hand, I can say that it is collect your awareness. I can give an instruction, say, settle your breathing. It says the same thing. And so the first 4 characters is different. The last 3 is the same. That is refer to your so-called clamping yang stance. Over here in the 1850s Wing Chun saying that, hey, you know, you just quiet down your mind, collect your awareness. And in the EMei 12 Zhuang, it said that balance your breathing. Well, if you really know that, if you have Kung Fu, you have the 6 core elements there, when you do that, you know they are talking about the same thing. It is a coin with a 2 sides. I can say the queen side or the number side. But if you don't know, that again, if you don't know the technical content, now you get into trouble. So, to this person saying that all is the same, and only the first 2 that are exact, wrong. There is no exact there. But the content is the same. Now, the second, over the EMei, say that 2 palms raised up in front with half yin-yang, half yin-yang. The term half is very important. Okay, remember that. Both palms raised up at front with the half yin yang. So what did the 1850s Xiu Lian Tao say? Two hands raised up in the front, in the front, split into yin and yang. It is not half yin yang, it is split yin yang. So let me explain to you. What is half yin yang mean? Half yin yang mean you raise your hand this way. Half yin, half yang. Okay? Not this way. You raise your hand this way, this is yang side. You raise your hand this way, it is the yin side. It tells you exactly, raise in the way of half yin and half yang. The Xiu Lian Tao guy, whatever reason, he said split the yin yang. You need to know the yin yang. He say in a different way. And this thing, this yin yang style, get into where? Get into this. Remember the beginning of the Xiu Lian Tao. If you see me doing the Xiu Lian Tao, it's like this. You see, I raise it with the half yin yang way. Why? That got to do with my intra-abdominal pressure. That is how you control it. If you do this down and you do this, you feel stuck in your chest. But if you do exhale and inhale, you actually, when you're going down, you compress your spine, your ribs, rib cage, and then you move out like that. You open up your rib cage. You expand your internal cavity. That is how you deal with your intra-abdominal pressure. Please watch my video 3 days ago on the intra-abdominal pressure when I show that 10 shows doing this, but the 1850 doing that. Okay? So the first two lines of the poetry is not exact, but whoever have that kung fu, whoever have the in-depth technical content, no. It is the same thing. It's just described differently. Okay? So I want to continue on to share with you. For example, this one, it said that pay attention. Your spirit is on your palm and the side of your sleeve. Okay, this is EMei's Zhuang. It said that pay attention, or your spirit, your mind is on. Pay attention to your palm and this side. What is the 1850s Wing Chun say? It said, pay attention to your claw, your finger and claw with the side of your sleeve. So it switched that palm into the finger and claw. Okay? I have no idea why he's doing that. Probably he doesn't want people to find out that he himself actually is taking the EMei out, so that people don't know where this thing comes. Okay? Because EMei, Zhuang, until the Grand Master Fu's teacher, Zhou Qianchuan, until the author of this, can only pass per person, per generations. It is a Buddhist art. So who licked this thing up? That is the person who lick it up is the person who create the 1850s Wing Chun. Okay. Now, under the sleeve, pay attention to the palm or pay attention under the big deal, right? No, it is really big deal. That is where your Wing Chun inch power come in. The real Wing Chun inch power come in. So over here it said heavy strength, heavy blows, heavy blows. How can it compare to the undersleeve power? You strike at the front of the heart, it penetrates to the back. The warrior's extraordinary force is from the crispy shot. Okay, so meaning that it tells you how does undersleeve jing or undersleeve power, which can penetrate, you hit on the front, it go penetrate to the back, how it was operate. And of course, I'm not going to tell you this because over here, the Qigong of the Grandmaster Fu saying that this type of jing or power is a really heavy weapon. You strike at the heart, the front of the heart, it go penetrate. This type of stuff is a killing tool. You must never use it. Okay. So you want to have Wing Chun thing? You want to know exactly what the technology is? That is how deep the technical content you need to know. So the person making this comment, really clearly, he have no idea on the 6 core element. He never have attained that state of 6 core element. He never be able to handle that EMei 12桩. He never be able to handle the 1850s Wing Chun 小林桃 sets. If you be able to handle that, you see it inside out, what it is. Okay. So technically, that is what it is. It is this deep. Why do you think I spent since 1880, I got the note 1875, 76 until 1980, all this 40 years. Multiple people go visit Grandmaster Fu and different other Grandmaster because I want to know this. Why do you think I be able to map this up? Why do you think I be able to map this up? It is that one need to know the technical content and the details. EMei 12桩 have a very famous name. It's saying that everything is from details. Wing Chun 1850 is saying what? Every point need to be clear. Tim tim cheng. That's what it is. Okay. So any big deal? No, it's not big deal anymore. Now the entire world can know. Why I choose to make it this video today to share with everybody. Look, Nobody have right to screw things. I cannot say, hey, you know, like the businessman. When I'm the reps of the, say, when I'm the reps of, say, this iPhone, this smartphone, I say, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. But when I'm no longer the representative of this sell in my store, I say, oh no, this is no good, this is no good. I doubt about it. Did many people who I kind of try to learn from me that do those kind of things? Yes. There are people who say, hey, no, Hendrik is not as good. This Tai Chi is better. And then, oh, no, this is not. You know what? Professional mean if it is yes, it is yes. It is no, it is no. It doesn't matter about, am I the reps? I'm the grandmaster or not. In these days, people, not only they don't have the education to understand the details, their entire mind just want to be grandmaster. That's one grandmaster from Europe. Years ago, 8 years ago from today, more than that time, over that time, that period of time. So this person come to learn from me, and I'm okay, you know. As you see, I open everything for everybody. And at that time, I don't even know, I don't even know I got diabetic type 1 yet. Until later I pass out, and then my wife sent me to the hospital, and then they checked me saying that, well, you have a diabetic type 1, because at that time if you look at my video at that time, I get so skinny, right? So at that time, this person is saying this. I have to let him do whatever he wants, because I have to rely on him to propagate the Cho family or the Yik Gam lineage. That is blackmailing the Sifu. You know what? Too bad. I don't even care if there's a Cho family lineage or Yik Gam lineage. I don't give a damn. I'm satisfied with a Kyokushin guy. Okay, I'm satisfied as a Kyokushin practitioner, because everything is solid and is honest, is truthful. Okay, my teacher is like the second or third generation from Mas Oyama, and Mas Oyama went to Penang too. I'm satisfied with that because everything is clear cut. So if you blackmail me like that, forget about it. You're not going to get it. So there's a lot of people, they never learn and the full thing, but they took a little bit and then they start to think they are the grandmaster and everything. They miscalculate the entire thing. For me, I'm a simple person. This is Chinese culture. And today, we are a citizen of the world. This is a civilizations of our human. I wrote all this book so that hopefully it can help people to live better. This is the AI era. I am not here to sell my lineage. Like years ago, some Cho family guy saying that they act like he know everything. I said, you want it, take it. I don't need all those. I don't need all of those things. I can stand on my feet. Okay. Research is based on, or study is based on solid evidence and solid science. This is for the people, of the people, by the people type of mentality. It's not about trying to sell you money or whatever. What good is that to screw everybody? When people have no idea what it is, you want to send your daughter to go defend herself when you know that she have no intra-abdominal pressure, no core stability, and then you say, well, I have this techniques, I will win. You serious? So this is what I share with you today. So who is the person who destroyed Wing Chun? You can see in the history for past 130 years since 1870, all the story, all those things, I have no comment because it's too much. It's no technical content, but it is all human relationship stuff. Claim. I'm not interested on that. And like when Xi Xiaodong saying that this is Wing Chun is fake, well, come on. Come on, Wing Chun is from Chi Chi Guang military. The Korean study it is a part of Korean martial art. The Japanese study it is a part of Japanese martial art. How come they are not fake? How come Wing Chun can be fake? And now, like over here, I prove to you. Decoding Wing Chun, I prove to you. It all can be tracked with science. Scientific tracking, today's spot. How can it be fake? So hopefully the past video and this video, I share with you all what it is. So what do I want? I don't want anything. I just want to make this thing clear. Why? The meaning of Kyokushin, the ultimate truth, is to be honest to yourself, honest to others. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat others. Don't get cheated. That's the teaching of Bodhidharma. So it doesn't matter it's Mas Oyama's teaching, Kyokushin, or Bodhidharma Zen teaching is the same. Okay? I'm a Buddhist. I don't want to deal with others or like the movie. Okay, you have this style, fighting that style. That's not my intention. It's the people, the small little people, the small little people's daily life, which is important.